Hey everyone, Collar here with Peanut again, and I had to be a bit muted this game as for the final game because it is close to midnight here. But we're going to be casting the losers match of the MSL Survivor Group 4, and one of these two players is going to die at the end of this game, Midas versus Hwasin. And I would not have expected either of them to be in this situation, but both of them, have to face each other now, and this is both of them are actually this could be a really interesting Terran versus Terran. Both of them are just so good in general. I would call both of them former A-class players, maybe not A-class anymore, but certainly very very experienced players, been around the block many times. So we'll see what happens. And Magma moving out, that was impressive. Certainly very impressive
Yeah,
from the guy who
definitely.
hasn't won a game yet this season. But yeah, this should be a good game.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I haven't seen a mirror match in a while, especially not a Terran mirror match. So I look forward to see what these players have up their sleeves for us.
Both are players who are capable of strong standard play, but also non-standard play. Like we've seen definitely Midas cheese in the past before. We've seen Hwasin go for very aggressive Wraith builds. Both the players are very good. They're not necessarily the best. They're both of them have pretty poor Terran versus Terran records relative to their like Terran versus Zerg records. Midas is 56% TVT and Hwasin is about 53%. But it's gonna be it's really not. It's very close. And here we have, by the way, in orange on top is Midas, and in uh, green at the bottom here we have Hwasin. So
And this
destination is
is
the map once
destination?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, destination. And on
Is there
this map,
any?
Peanut. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering, is there anything interesting about Terran versus Terran matchups on destination?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, you read my mind. I was gonna say, from the games I've seen, we've seen a lot of very aggressive openings on this map. I think there's a potential that both players could go for, or one player could go for something like, three factory vultures. We've seen vulture rushes on this map. Fiber Hero did that recently, I believe. Fiber Hero does everything now, it seems, but that's one other thing he's done. We've seen a lot of those. You could see a standard fast expanding game, but I'm going to expect, since this is a two-player map and since it has a history of strange plays, that we're going to see something like that. And notice that this is a really early scout here from Hwasin, so we could be seeing a forward barracks, not sort of like a proxy barracks. And what you do with that barracks is you build a couple of Marines just to harass, and then you also float the barracks up to get an early scout of your opponent and just to be annoying in general. And there we go. So there is Hwasin putting down the barracks right underneath Midas's base. And this indicates to me that Hwasin's going to be aggressive this game. He's probably going to follow it up with a two-fact build or something like that.
I really do like the way the Terrans can float their buildings up and use them for scouting. I just think that's the coolest thing. I mean,
Yeah.
why? Cause sometimes you don't really need a unit that looks like an actual unit. Sometimes you just need a floating building, and the floating building can get you whatever information you need, and sometimes can even prevent the other player from, say, selecting a unit or something like that. I mean, if they could just
Yeah.
if they could just squish units, it would be perfect. But I guess that would be imbalanced.
Yeah, that would be a little bit. We've definitely seen barracks being really annoying in the past. Like I remember a game where Firebat Hero, I think, landed a barracks right next to his opponent's command center, so the opponent couldn't build a comsat. And I think Firebat
Oh,
Hero went for some kind of cloaked wraith thing or something afterwards. Or I forgot what it was. Maybe he went for a lot of mines, but the opponent definitely needed that second comsat, and he couldn't get it because there was a freaking barracks there. And barracks, let me tell you, barracks takes a long time to kill with Marines. So basically, it's just very annoying. And okay, I think Midas knows this is coming. He knows that there was okay. Well, obviously he knows now, but
right,
he
yeah.
probably knows there's an aggressive build coming up. And there's Hwasin with a proxy factory there in the middle of the map. So he's going two fact. And one of the factories is very close. So most likely we're going to see a vulture attack here, and we're going to see. Oh man, Midas is going for the fast expand anyway, though. So Midas, I was going to say he should have suspected something really aggressive, but either he suspects it and doesn't care, or he doesn't suspect it at all. So we'll see what it is. I mean, he could expect it and just say, "I'm so Gosu, I will stop everything with just my one tank," and he could feel that way, but he might not just expect it at all. That could be bad for him.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, Hwasin's being really aggressive with the proxies. It's kind of cool to see Terran who just has so much faith in those proxies that he can just kind of throw
Right.
them around everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
look, did you see that right there? I think the barracks was planted next to the factory actually to delay the machine shop a little bit, but actually it was
oh,
lifted now. Yeah.
hmm.
But sorry,
Yeah,
go on.
I saw those two SCVs and that one Marine trying to kill it, and yeah, it was definitely taking a long time. So there we go. Starport going up.
Yeah, starport going up for Midas, and I bet he wishes that Hwasin didn't spot it because Hwasin has spotted. He knows what's coming now. He knows there's going to be rates out. So most likely we're going to see Goliaths at some point. Actually, he's got both factories at machine shop, so he's going to go for a really strong tank push. I thought it was going to be a vulture push, but it is actually a tank push. Here we go. We're going to see the control tower going down. I think that barracks is still not even burning, so that barracks is going to stay alive for the duration, pretty much. He's going to see what gets produced, whether it's a dropship or a wraith as expected, and whether cloak is upgraded. So see, I mean, this barracks is so valuable to Hwasin that he's gotten this information. I would say just by the fact that he has more information in this game that he's in the lead right now because he can react properly, whereas Midas still has no idea what's going on. He just sees two tanks. That's like the only thing he's seen so far this game, and he doesn't know that there is a two-fact build even.
Yeah, what something that does impress me about StarCraft time and time again is just how the importance of information and the less of a reliance on, say, randomness or luck or what have you, but just like knowing
Right.
what the other player is thinking. I have a friend who's a competitive Super Smash Brothers player, and the he thinks about these things very much in terms of luck. And just
Uh-huh.
hearing him ask about StarCraft and just the element of luck in StarCraft really brought it home to me how little luck there is, and so how much skill is involved.
Yeah, really. I mean, luck is definitely it's relegated to small things like starting locations and sometimes like Zerg versus Zerg. You can have bad luck just because you have a bad build order. But you're right, it is less random than some games like than Smash Brothers certainly, where a lot of the little tricks. You were telling me a lot of the little bugs that people exploit, like wave dashing and stuff like that, shining, shines. I know a lot of the terms, but a lot of them are somewhat luck based, and you can mess up on them just because of bad random chance. But look at this though. Anyway, we're seeing offensive turrets here being placed for Hwasin.
Nice.
Hwasin's got himself in a
Yeah.
beautiful position here. And look at this. Oh man, Midas is gonna have to come down with all of his SCVs. He's gonna go for an SCV break here in the front, I think, because he knows that he's in a desperate position. He can't let this contain go up because he's going to be constricted to death if he does. And what is Midas doing? Midas needs to use those SCVs.
Y-
Oh, what is he?
Oh.
Wow,
What is
talk about
going on here?
failure. Failure of decision making. Well, he changed his mind basically. That's all I can say. He changed his mind about going for the SCV rush, I guess, because he knew that there was enough vultures there to kill all the SCVs before they
Yeah,
could
that's
get to the
true.
tanks.
Mhm.
But I really like how Hwasin's played this. He's instead of using Goliaths, he's used turrets. Usually it's hard to set up the turrets, but he got that SCV there in time to set up that turret just in time to intercept